Good morning. Let's talk about essential oils. If you've been hanging around me for a while, you know that essential oils have been a tool in my toolbox for at least 15 years. When I first started teaching yoga, I used essential oils in the yoga practice, but I had no idea what I was doing. And then about 12 years ago, I really started to dive deep into not just the physical benefits. Like we know that there are physical benefits to the oils, but I wanted to get a little bit deeper and understand how plants and aromatherapy influence our emotions, our energy, where we kind of vibrate through our life. And so I did a lot of research, did a lot of learning in the last 12 years, and I just want to share with you the basics. So I'm going to just walk you through the quick Reader's Digest version. I have a whole extensive ebook with other things in it down below. You can find that. But this is just the basics. So, essential oils come from all parts of the plant. They can be from the root, the stem, the leaves, the flowers, the fruit. They can be from all parts. So, depending on what you're obtaining, it's going to depend on what part of the plant is distilled and how it's distilled to get these magic little drops into a bottle. And so, when we think about just the physical benefits, we've known forever that peppermint, for example, is a great remedy for stomach pain, upset stomach. Ginger is another one. Headaches, peppermint's great for headaches. But then when we think about our ancestry, we think about our our lineage, our grandparents, great grandparents, way back in the day before Walgreens showed up, our ancestors would go out into the garden and pick plants, muddle them down, either give us a tea or even make a salve and rub it on our bodies to help the ailment. And so this is nothing new. We've been doing this a long time, but then we kind of went away from it because everything became so easy to just pop a Tylenol or buy Vicks Vapor Rub. But I feel like there's a turning around and we're coming back to some of those natural remedies that are cheaper to make, cheaper to buy, and they have less ingredients. So I make a chest rub that's like Vicks Vapor Rub. I think it has three ingredients in it. It has coconut oil, beeswax, and then essential oils. That's it. So I make this little salve when I have chest congestion. I rub it on my chest, immediate relief. So topical use is a great use when we're looking at a physical ailment like a sore muscle, a cut or a burn. We're going to reach for those flowers for things like that. We'll talk about why we choose what plants and where they go on the body. So topically we can apply them to the area that has discomfort. We can use them in a salve, you can put them in lotion, put them on your body. You can make little blends of oils like this using a carrier oil. This is for my stomach. I just had surgery. And so some of those medicines they give you can make you upset. So I rolled this on my stomach. Perfect little remedy. We can use aromatherapy aromatically by putting them in a diffuser, which is just a simple machine. You add water and it spews the molecules into the air, and that provides a benefit more emotionally. It can change the vibe in the room. It can increase your energy if you're feeling sluggish. It can calm you down, and we'll talk about which to choose again. And then you can also take essential oils internally, but I would recommend if you're going to take them internally, you work very closely with somebody who knows what they're doing. Don't go to Walmart, buy essential oils at Walmart ever, and then ingest them. Don't do that. So work with somebody closely who knows what they're doing. When we think about aromatically too, it's so simple just to put a couple drops in your hand, rub your hands together, and then breathe. When we breathe, it smells so good. When we breathe aromatherapy or essential oils, it goes through our olfactory bulb that's up here in the brain, and it goes right to our amygdala, which is in the center of the brain. We all have it. It's deep inside the center of the brain. It's a tiny, tiny little part of our brain, but it is responsible for emotions, memory, and our state of arousal. So if we're feeling kind of blah, kind of down, kind of ugh, and we smell something like a citrus and a mint, it's going to go into the amygdala and it's going to send a message to the brain. Boof, dopamine. Boof, Let me feel better. Let me feel animated. Let me feel invigorated. Now, when it comes to memories, that part of the brain also is triggered. And so we might smell something that could even be offensive. And we're like, oh, this reminds me of fill in the blank. And we avoid it because it's coming from the amygdala. So the categories of plants are going to influence what you're looking for when it comes to both physical and emotional benefits. Let's start with trees. Trees can be the bark of the tree, the needles of the tree, the leaves of the tree, the roots of the tree. A tree is going to provide, for the most part, comfort when it comes to pain, physical pain. It's going to be the things that we turn to when we want to have muscle pain, joint pain, physical pain. Trees are going to be where we go. Emotionally, trees are going to be stabilizing, grounding, calming. Now, I want you to think about this. Picture in your mind a tree. Here's the trunk, there's the roots, there's the tree branches. If we were to choose bark, needles, and roots, and emotionally it grounds and stabilizes us, when we feel that we're spinning up here, our mind's busy, we can't focus, we would choose a tree to ground us. Okay. Now we're going to think about another category, which is the flower category. And flowers, they also grow low to the ground, close to the heart of the tree, typically on the ground. Flowers physically are going to be soothing, calming. So when we think about burns, scrapes, abrasions, lavender, rose, geranium, ylang ylang, all the flowers are going to be soothing and calming. So great to have in your kitchen, a bottle of lavender. You get a little burn on your finger, you eat your food too fast, you get a little burn in your mouth, pop in a little drop of lavender on your finger and touching the roof of your mouth. It's immediately going to take the heat away from that burn. On the emotional side, flowers are very calming. They're very um, divine feminine energy. Both male and female have feminine energy. So it's a softening, if you will. It's taking the emotions and kind of recycling them into something softer and less harsh. So if we're super focused and we don't want any distractions and we're a little bit high energy and we're kind of intense, applying or breathing in a flower is just going to smooth that out. It's going to soften us a little bit. Flowers also influence our hormones, and so they can help with libido. Again, it's just that softening, that emotional stuff that we're looking for. Citrus oils, we're going up higher on the tree. The higher on the tree that we get something, the more elevated we're going to feel when it comes to our emotions. Citrus oils, they are going to be our energy lifters, and they're also going to be our detoxers. We all know lemon is one of the best cleaners in the world. Well, lemon cleans us on the inside as well. So, drinking some lemon, again, don't buy your oils at Walmart. Drinking a drop of lemon or wild orange or grapefruit is going to detox our body on the inside, going to help with some of that sluggishness that we have. Emotionally, citruses are going to lift us. They're going to bring us up vibrationally, emotionally, mentally. They're bright. They're going to wake up the brain. We rub our hands together. We smell the lemon. We're going to jump right up. So in the morning, my morning routine using essential oils is I put lemon or orange and a mint in my diffuser. Immediately, I get a wake up call. And that diffuser runs for maybe 4 or 5 hours, gets me going, helps me focus on work. And then in the evening, I slip down and I put in flowers and trees to help bring me back down. Now, there's another category of oils, which are the herbs, and that can be the mints too, but the herbs like oregano, thyme, lemongrass, marjoram, those are going to be what we use physically when we're feeling sick, when we're starting to come down with something. We're going to turn to those which have been sort of touted as nature's antibiotics. We've heard oregano before is great as a natural antibiotic. Tea tree is another one. So those herbs are going to be something you don't really use a lot unless you're feeling under the weather. Emotionally, herbs as a general are great at getting rid of toxic energy, physically, toxic germs in the body, emotionally, toxic emotions, anger, resentment, bitterness. It's going to help us release some of those emotions. So that is like the Reader's Digest of the emotional and physical benefits of the categories of plants. Now, when you want to start using essential oils, there's a few things that you need to remember. Using a carrier oil topically on your skin is so important. My preference is fractionated coconut oil because it absorbs into the skin quickly. It's not greasy, and the oils get a delivery system. So we hear the word dilution when you dilute the oils with a carrier oil. It doesn't mean that we're diluting the efficacy of the oils. We're giving the oils a delivery system into the skin. It goes onto our skin and into our skin better, gets absorbed into the bloodstream better. And so using a carrier oil is important, especially when we think about some of those hotter oils like lemongrass, oregano, thyme. Those are going to be hot oils that could actually cause some discomfort on the skin if you don't put them in a carrier. So I recommend putting them in lotion or a carrier oil, any oil, because we don't want to actually put it directly on our skin. Wild orange, you're fine. Put a couple drops in your hands. You're not going to hurt anything that way. Now, the citrus oils, you want to avoid putting on your face or the areas of your skin that are going to see a lot of sunshine because some of them can become photosensitive. And if you go out into the sunshine with lemon on your face, which I don't know why you would do that, then you're going to have some skin burning happen. So don't do that. So, why do we use essential oils? Because the stuff that we kind of grew up with, or maybe turned to over the last 20 years of our lives, the anti-inflammatories, the pain relievers, the over-the-counter stuff, they work, they're great. I'm not saying don't ever take them, but we can have something natural that has no side effects and get a similar result, if not a better result. Many of the oils that I use in my daily life are helping me to manage pain. It doesn't take the pain away, but it helps support my body. I also take a lot of oils that help support my immune system because I am around a lot of people. I want my immune system to be working the best it can be. And there are certain blends of oils, combinations of oils that work together kind of synergistically with your immune system to help beef it up, if you will, and help protect you from getting some of those germs. So my days are constantly being used. I constantly use oils throughout all of my days. I get up and I fill my diffuser. I have a blend for my thyroid that I use. I use them emotionally to start my meditation. I change up my diffuser when I get home from work, put in something calming. I have a diffuser by my bed that helps support my sleep. I might apply oils to the sore points in my body. If I'm feeling just sort of off emotionally or overwhelmed, I'm going to reach for those trees or flowers to help ground and stabilize me. If I'm feeling like I can't think of anything, I can't remember anything, I feel foggy, I'm going to choose citrus and a mint, and that's going to wake up my brain. The best way to think about this is to picture in your mind the tree. Ask yourself, tune into yourself. What is it that I want to be feeling right now? And then choose a plant along the tree that's going to give you that feeling. So I'm feeling incredibly anxious. I have a lot of thoughts in my mind. I can't focus. You would choose something that grows low to the ground, a flower or a tree or a root to calm you. Now, if you're kind of depressed, kind of lollygagging, can't get motivated, I want to feel better, you're going to pick a mint or a citrus to bring you up. It's really that simple. I think people have overcomplicated the use of essential oils, and it's really an intuitive, we know this already. Once you know the categories of oils, and once you have a collection, let's say 8 or 10 oils, you're in charge. You can use your simple collection. You don't need to have hundreds of these. You can start with 5 or 10 oils that are going to support you in feeling grounded and less discomfort. You're going to have a selection of oils that are going to help you feel kind of up and happy, but also kind of cleaning out some of those negative thoughts and negative stuff in the body. And then you're going to have something for soothing and calming, like a flower. A lavender is a great example. So you don't need to have a bazillion of these. Having a small collection can do a lot. And now in a regular 15 milliliter bottle, there's about 285 drops in a 15 milliliter bottle. Now, the rule of thumb is one drop equals one dose. So if I were to have a stomach ache, I would take one drop of peppermint, apply it into carrier oil in the palm of my hand, and rub it on my belly. One drop equals one dose. Now, after a couple hours, if my stomach's feeling still a little bit not so great, I can go back and do that again. So we're not limited the way that we are when we take something over the counter. We can actually keep applying and keep, maybe try something else, like try ginger. Maybe ginger is going to be something your body really wants differently than just peppermint. One drop equals one dose. So the best way to stretch the oils so that you're not having to invest in these bottles all the time is to put them in a roller bottle. And so this is my stomach blend. It's usually I have clear bottles, but this one's orange. It has fennel, ginger, and peppermint in it. So I have 10 drops each with coconut oil to fill it up, rub it on my belly. Now, this bottle could last me a year or more because I don't often have stomach discomfort, but I've taken 30 drops and spread them out so that it's going to last me a long time. So that's one of the big things that people say is like, oh, essential oils are expensive. The initial investment is, but 285 doses is not expensive. And especially when you stretch them out in a roller ball. So that's the way that I do it. I love using them in my diffuser. I love having different remedies throughout my house. I have one in my bathroom that's for skin support. So I have one that I have rose and myrrh and skin. Remember, flowers, skin that I put under my eyes just to support my skin before I go to bed. Got one that I roll down my spine at night that helps support my nervous system. It has frankincense, copaiba, and lavender in it. And I roll it up my spine and it helps shut off my nervous system that tends to get a little nutty. So there's lots of ways that you can use essential oils. And there's lots of resources. There's online stuff. There's books you can read. And you can be empowered just like I've become empowered. When I first started, like I said, I knew nothing about them. All I knew is that they smelled good. I knew nothing that they had these abilities to support my body physically and emotionally. Now, most medicine has a derivative of a plant. It started as a plant and then it's been modified and changed and put in pill form. So if we go back in our ancestry and we go back to how can I support my body in a natural way, here you go. You're empowered. Go back to your roots. So that's the Reader's Digest basic intro to essential oils. Now I have lots more down below. You can pop in and grab my ebook. I have a wellness group online that you're welcome to join. It's free. There's a lot of tips and tricks, recipes, DIYs, how to use oils in cooking recipes, how to use them in the diffuser and make combinations of oils that are great for different things. So pop down below, find that Facebook wellness group and join the group. There's tons of information and I would love to help walk you through kind of figuring out how to shift this year from relying on those over-the-counter things that they're not bad, but you could be empowered to have different choices. So I'd love to be able to help you do that. So that's what I got for you. Go smell something good, and I'll see you soon. Take care.